difference in all of these areas. Really made a difference. He joined a group of gentlemen who made a decision to come to this segment of the city, section of the city, to serve the people who could provide them with medical care. They felt that this was a special place, and the people that they served were special people, and they provided them with medical care. And they did this for a number of years, but they also felt that these people here in this community needed something else, something more special besides their service. And what they asked for was, let's have a hospital on the southeast side of San Antonio to serve these people. Now, they had a unique idea. Instead of waiting for the hospital system to come and build a facility, they donated a large tract of land to say, look, we donated the land for this facility, but I want you all to build it, but we don't want anything in return. All we want to do is work here. We don't want our names on the front. All we want to do is have the opportunity to serve the people of this community. And so the Baptist system bought into the idea and built Southeast Baptist. And these individuals began practicing here and believing in what they were doing, the whole concept of providing good quality medical care. And not only did they believe in that, they said we need to attract other physicians to come. And they brought in other physicians. Some were superstars in what they did. They brought in urologists such as Dr. Schussler, orthopedists like Dr. Tippett, family practice doctors like Dr. Watson, general surgeons such as Dr. Franklin, anesthesia. You know, they brought in people that believed in being here, that they were going to provide a service for this community. In so doing, Nick Shannon worked in the hospital and he provided service just like they did. And he was responsible for doing a lot of the firsts within this that hospital, such as delivery of the first child, the first surgical things, but also other firsts that I don't know about. But he and others really and truly believed in providing service to this particular community because he felt like we were serving special people. I personally feel indebted to them for what they've done in terms of what he's done to provide service to this particular community and providing an opportunity for me to serve, but also providing the opportunity for this place to exist, because without Southeast, this would never be. Never be. And I appreciate Nick Shannon for one other reason. Several weeks ago, as many of you know, Dr. Richard Otero had heart problems. He had to have bypass surgery. Nick Shannon was there the day of the surgery. He was visiting Rick that morning. Rick was doing really fine, but all of a sudden, Rick started having really, really bad chest pain in that room. He became diaphoretic. He became pale. He looked short of breath. There was a little bit of a problem getting the nursing service and other people to kind of come to the point of doing something. Nick went out there and made a difference there. He made sure that Rick was taken care of. He saved Rick's heart. In my mind, he saved Rick's life. I appreciate him for not only those things, but for that as well. Because without a person like that that's willing to go out and serve and be there for his community and his friends, it's an inspiration to all of us. That's what I'm trying to say. And I appreciate him for what he's done.
Thank you for coming this evening. I would like to thank Kent Wallace, Graham Reeves, and especially Andy Harris for it's because of them that this award is possible and for having this wonderful celebration event. I would also like to thank my family, friends, office staff, and patience, because without you, this could never have been possible. I would also like to thank my wife for standing by me for this many years and for making me a better man. Most of all, I would like to thank God for allowing me to be here, and I would especially like to thank Him for helping us save my best friend, Dr. Rick Otero, that we almost lost 3.5 weeks ago. Receiving this award is very overwhelming and just very humbling. I wrote out a formal acceptance speech and memorized it and threw it away about 3 to 4 hours ago. Part of the reason I threw it away, my good friend, our other award person tonight, is going to tell you about the history of our hospital, and I didn't want to interfere with that all that much, and you do need to know about the history of our hospital. I would like to recognize some very important people in my life who had a great deal to do with not only helping start the hospital, but helping keeping it going. The two most important people were my former partners who are now deceased, Drs. Ron and Ted Botkin. They, along with I, donated the land. It wasn't just me. They were very special. Along with them, we had a group of family practitioners, Dr. Kenneth Burton, Dr. Dolph Wells, Dr. Ed Anderson, and Dr. Tom Smith, and Dr. Reuben Bernhardt, who were the original core of people who I had the misfortune of having a very tragic thing happen, and that is my father passed away as a result of an accident. Following this, my mother fell apart and could no longer take care of me, and so consequently my grandfather had to take over and raise me and make arrangements for an older lady to take care of my younger brother. At the age of 5 to 6, I had multiple chores that I was expected to do. By the age of 8, I had 3 full-time jobs while I went to school. I washed cars and waxed them at a small dealership. I washed dishes in a small hotel, and I mowed yards. By the time I was 14, I got a job that I thought was just amazing because it paid me more money, and that was I carried concrete and concrete blocks for Brick Mason. Through all of this hard work, I feel this made me try much harder at my schoolwork, and so I was successful and actually was able to obtain a scholarship. The money that I was earning, a lot of it had to go to our expenses. We were very dirt poor, but I was able to save a little, and through the hod carrying job, I was able to save more, and I was able to start college and get through the first year, although I did have to work and continue to work. And I was able to continue to go through college by working at least 2 jobs while I was studying. I also was able to have what I call a windfall, in that I got a job selling encyclopedias door to door, and I made, for me, significant money and was able to take that along with a loan and get through medical school. So once again, I'm telling this story so that some of our young people hopefully will.
Or a teleprompter. But he said that was reserved for very special, high-ranking people, and that's obviously not me. So I'm going to have to do it kind of with a slideshow. Just bear with me, I'll try to explain some of these things. The black guy you saw a while ago standing by me gave me one of the greatest lessons in life that I've ever had. And that is, he taught me to be humble. And I think being humble is one of the important things for physicians. I think it's one of the important things when we're dealing with other people, to recognize that maybe we don't know it all. And maybe we should go somewhere else. I played basketball against this guy, and I thought I was a big stud basketball player when I went off to college. I played basketball against this guy. He scored 44 points. I scored 0. He went on to become an All-American, All-NBA, NBA Hall of Fame, won several world championships. That's Oscar Robertson. He taught me something very, very valuable. We'll go on and we're just going to talk about how all this came to be. I would like to express my appreciation to a couple of my research fellows who have helped me do this. It's all about patient care. No matter what we do, no matter what we think, no matter what we advertise, it's about patient care. And I'm going to kind of go through a little bit of that and how education affects that, or try to. Where have we been? I think it's important to know where we came from, and Nick already covered a lot of this, but let's just take a broad view and see exactly where we are. The world's oldest example of medicine actually was in art in caves, and this is something that was discovered that was about 17,000 years ago. So what we're doing today is not all that new. It's been around for a long time. There's a lot of paintings that show that. Hippocrates is considered to be the father of medicine. The Hippocratic Oath is what all of us take. He existed a very long period of time ago, but some of the principles he laid down are the things that we all try to currently live by. One of the first surgeons in the world was a guy named Galen. Most of you probably have never heard of this gentleman, but his job was kind of taking care of gladiators in the days of the Roman Empire. The earliest hospitals documented were Egyptian temples very, very many years ago. There were Greek temples also devoted to background. I met Bill Wu at 2 a.m. in the Ward 1 South at Southeast Baptist, and found out that there was another fool besides me that was making rounds after 1 a.m. And I think I saw Bill, and still see him, more at night than I'd ever seen during the day. And Leo down here, man, Leo, great memories. Remember when we used to play basketball with Derek, who became a Spur? This kid was about 7 years old? And Leo and I used to play in a city league together. That's when I was able to walk, and Leo was he was a real hustler. He was a good basketball player. But we were trying, and we had a good time doing it. Are computers the answer to patient care? Some people think so. I don't. I think computers are a part of it, but it's not the answer. What are the answer? People. If people aren't there and they're not doing it, then we're not going to progress. Teamwork is what moves the big project. You can see this teamwork working very well. This is kind of like us. This is Mission Trail Hospital, and we're trying to move healthcare ahead, although sometimes it's a little difficult. I have to show you 2 patients. They've already been shown. I blocked out the eyes because of HIPAA considerations. These are 2 patients who, I assure you, if they had been cared for anywhere else besides here, would have died. These 2 patients, as a matter of fact, were given up on. given up on. And the insurance company said, don't treat this patient anymore, they're not going to survive. This is the same patient 6 months later. She now works in a bank, and I saw her yesterday doing great. Absolutely no problem, fully functional. This is another lady that the insurance company said, you can't treat this patient anymore. I said, then you come pull the cord. I'm not going to do it. This lady survived and is still doing very well. Some of you may recognize some of these people. These are the future surgeons. These are who are going to be here in the future, probably taking care of us, probably taking care of a number of our children and grandchildren. These are the ones that we need to nourish. We need to be sure they have the right facility, the right help, and the right education to get us to where we need to go. This is a saying that you can't read, but I'm going to tell you what it says. This actually, do we have another picture of it? No. Let me go back. Can you go back? This is called a FERPI. And any of you who have served with the Australians know what a FERPI is. A FERPI is a water tank that used to be taken to the sheep stations way out where there was no water. And they made these tanks that would hold about 500-600 gallons, would hold sheep for a good while. But whoever ran the company was pretty smart, because he was always trying to stimulate his people. And down here in white, at the bottom, is some parting words that I'd like to leave with you. And this says, good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good is better and your better best. Thank you very much.